Brooke, we have had a crew in his home district in Queens today. We have not seen him yet today, so it's unclear, if he will be alone or not. And this room.
I'm Staff Sergeant E.L. Craig. NATO warplanes bombed the Libyan capital of Tripoli early Wednesday. The strikes came hours after what officials called the most intense day of airstrikes since NATO took the lead in operations against Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi in late March. NATO announced earlier this month it planned to extend its mission in Libya for another 90 days. General James Cartwright helped First Lady Michele Obama kick off her new Let's Move childcare campaign. The campaign aims at getting young children off to a healthy start. As part of her unveiling, the First Lady, General Cartwright, and Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius spent time with children at a child care center in Washington, D.C. During the visit, General Cartwright applauded the First Lady on her commitment to encourage healthy kids.
We watch the schools, we watch the child care centers, because this is the environment. This is our national treasure. No doubt about it. Nobody has brought more to this activity in recent years than the First Lady.
The Let's Move child care campaign encourages daycares to offer healthy snacks and strive for more physical activity and less screen time.
The Office of the Secretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness has recently set a 5-year plan for improving efficiencies and the total force in the years ahead. This week, Dr. Clifford Stanley, the man in charge of carrying out the effort and overseeing overall military readiness, spoke with the Pentagon Channel. Here's Staff Sergeant Josh Hauser.
Before taking on his current position in the Pentagon, Dr. Clifford Stanley served 33 years in uniform as a Marine Corps infantry officer. He says his experience as a Marine prepared him well for the job he does today. His current mission, execute a strategic plan for the Department of Defense that improves total force readiness, cares for its own people, and builds a culture of relevance.
A group of people working together to serve people, serve our families, serve those who are in uniform especially, serve our civilians, serve our nation, and to continually tweak it.
According to Dr. Stanley, the 5-year strategic plan seeks to balance mission requirements with the current climate of fiscal restraint. Accountability, something the Defense Secretary has emphasized repeatedly and is now being stressed.
We're looking at the next 5 years. We're excited about it. And one of the things we're trying to do is that every day we ask our questions, what have we done to help our troops? every day. So no day goes by that we haven't asked that.
Another big part of the plan, according to Dr. Stanley, diversity.
Diversity is the tapestry and the strength of our great nation. How do we tap into that without leaving out important groups of people? And this is everybody. This is age. This is all the different things that go into making this a great nation.
Air Force Colonel Victoria Bowens is Senior Military Advisor with the Office of Diversity Management and Equal Opportunity at the Pentagon.
And so when we're talking about diversity of thought, those younger folks are more apt to accept others more openly. Even today when we talk about identify who you are, there's a bunch more of saying other than African American, Hispanic. And so as we continue to grow the force and we have more folks who are different, I would say, backgrounds, then the thought itself will change. It's going to have to change.
Colonel Bowen says women play a large role when it comes to diversity. Nationwide, they account for 50% of the workforce.
Now, today, the conflict requires more different types of backgrounds to be able to understand the culture, understand the language, have a little bit more sensitivity. Women are engaged in places where we've never been before. Diversity is not new. What's important is we take advantage of how can we make things better as we support those folks who are out front fighting those wars or those conflicts.
The strategic plan is an ongoing process, according to Dr. Stanley, one with a goal of meeting current warfighting needs and preparing for future military operations.
The idea was really to have a plan, but not a plan that was going to sit on the table or somebody's shelf. This plan's already gone through one iteration already, even before it's hit the streets.
Staff Sergeant Josh Hauser, Pentagon Channel News.
For more of our interview with Dr. Stanley, you can check out Friday's edition of This Week in the Pentagon, which begins airing at 1800 Eastern. Coming up ahead on Around the Services, the Navy ship that transported Osama bin Laden's body returns to the U.S. But first, we head downrange where a provincial reconstruction team is making sure a school is ready to open its doors to village children.